If you put all the three albums together in a chronological order, one can see an evolution. It's not a revolution, but yeah, it's an evolution towards something that is, for me at least, better, something more interesting, more, I don't know, refined, perhaps.
Welcome to the Dreams of Consciousness podcast. If the two of you would be so kind, would you mind introducing yourselves?
Hello, my name is Lukasz Usydus, also known as Jankes. I'm bass player for Insidius band, which is a Polish death metal band.
I'm Jakub Janus Janowicz, and I'm a guitarist in Insidius.
Welcome, guys. Let's start right off the bat with the way that you described your band. Polish death metal. Do you want to add anything to that? Do you want to say what kind of death metal you guys play or describe the music you make in any other way?
Maybe Lukasz?
Well, I'm not into that kind of categorizing music, into some strict genres. Some say we play some blackened death metal. Others say that we play some technical death metal. Well, whatever floats your boat. Maybe to someone it's technical, to some other people it's blackened, whatever. But it's a death metal at its core, basically.
Do you feel like you guys are mostly fast with your music? Do you feel like blast beats are an important part of your sound?
Sure. They're about half of our music.
Sure. And Do you feel like there may be some progressive elements to your sound? Some unorthodox time signatures and things like that?
Yeah, lots of, especially 5/4 on the newest album.
There's a lot of 5/4 on the new album?
Yep. You could hear it in Destroy the Priest and also in Orgiastic.
And we'll speak more about the time signatures when we speak about your songwriting. If you don't mind me asking, can you give a little bit of background on how Insidius came together? What were your goals when you guys first formed?
Well, for us, it's not that easy because we are actually the youngest members, but not in the terms of age, but in terms of being in a band. Because we joined only, and I mean only 8 years ago. 8? No, 7. And so, yeah, Insidious was formed together basically by a couple of friends from Olsztyn. And then there were some lineup changes, so we joined in 2018, basically at the same time.
I joined shortly after Lukasz. I was the last one to join.
Okay.
From the current band status.
For the two of you who were newer members, what appealed to you about Insidious music? What was it that made you want to be part of this?
Well, I guess it was its energy, its rawness, maybe brutality, but also not, those songs were not that straightforward, kind of interesting. And after we met the other members of the band, we really got along really quickly. So that was like a no-brainer, at least for me, to stay in the band.
Well, for me, it was actually a recommendation from Hal, Vader's bassist. He told me the band's good and they're looking for a guitar player. I said, sure, why not? Then the music, of course, I liked it. It wasn't so simple at first, quite interesting. I'm talking about Infamia album. And yeah, I rolled on.
And I should mention, Jakub, you have played with Vader as a live member. Is that correct?
Yeah, four shows.
And your buddy makes an appearance on this album, which we'll speak about in a little bit. As far as the way songs come together, how does it usually happen for Insidious? Who begins the songwriting process?
Well, it's usually either Choina, the second guitarist, or Jakub. Yeah, so that's like guitar riffs come first every time.
Jakub, when you start writing, do you use a DAW or something like that? Recording software like Pro Tools or something to help with your songwriting?
Oh yeah, I use Reaper software. Mm-hmm. I record what my mind makes me play, and somehow the song comes out.
How complete are the songs? Do you just bring riffs to the band, or do you do something like pre-pro demos with temp drums and?
For me, it's usually the almost complete song, sometimes even with drums, but not always. But for Choina, it's more open usually. So we discuss more at the rehearsal, but my songs are usually more complete, let's say.
Sure. And for Choina's, for the other guitarist's songs, how does he usually send them to the band? Does he also do a lot of recording on his own before you guys hear them?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
We all use Reaper because it's easy to get along when everybody is using the same software. So we are sending over projects to ourselves, and I showed him a bit. Michał showed him a bit, and he manages to do it. Usually there are lots of side riffs that may be deleted afterwards, but yeah, it's Reaper.
Right. You mentioned some of the unorthodox time signatures that you write in your songs. How natural is it for you to come up with these riffs? Do you have an idea beforehand that you want to have something that's not just in 4/4 or 6/8 time, Or is it when you're playing the riff you realize that it's not in a typical time signature?
Usually the idea for the riff is the first, and if the riff is in some odd signature, then the rest of the song will probably also be. But I'm not fixating on the idea that I want to make a song that will be in a certain signature. It's more natural.
Right. And you also contribute to the lyrics, is that right?
Yeah, I was helping our main lyrics author, Sebastian Skowron, my dear friend. It was usually that came to my house with the text, with the lyric. I read it, deleted half of it, and then we edited it so it fits the song.
Right. Do you come up with something like vocal patterns when you record your demos?
No. It's more like Rafał gets the lyrics and tries it.
Okay.
Then we make something of it.
So on November 7th, Insidius will be releasing their third album called Vulgus Illustrata through Black Lion Records. Tell me a little bit about this album.
Well, it was recorded last year in Heinrich House Studios here near the Warsaw, and the first songs appeared quite a while ago, I guess around 2020 or 2021. But we decided that we will not rush anything, so it took us a while to complete the track list. And it's not a concept album, but there's some connection between the lyrics of the songs. So it's like I don't know how to call it.
Sure. Since you said that you guys joined the band 7 years ago, does that mean this is the first album that you guys contributed to?
Correct.
Yeah. For the two of you personally, what did you want to bring to this band that you joined before this album?
What did we bring, or what did we wanted to bring?
Let's start with what did you want to bring, and how do you feel this contributions added to the band?
Well, as for me, I just wanted to have fun, actually. But what to bring? No, I don't know. Bass lines, since I play bass, so that is something that I'm capable of bringing to a band. So that was my first goal.
Janus, for you, was it easy adapting to the style of Insidius, your own style of playing?
The hardest part was drop tuning, because before that I had always played mostly standard tuning, and the drop part, I had to wrap my mind around it for quite a while. And I don't think I've adapted to the style that much. In my perception, my songs are quite different from Chojna's songs, but when played by the same musicians on the same sound, it came up sounding whole. Yeah, I think I've got Chojna's style of riffs and his licks. I'm trying to use them in my riffs, so that it's still in Insidious style, but different hand makes different riffs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the style has evolved thanks to that.
In terms of the evolution, how would you compare this album to the previous two albums?
Well, I always said that if you put all the three albums together in a chronological order, one can see an evolution. It's not a revolution, but yeah, it's an evolution towards something that is, for me at least, better, something more interesting, more, I don't know, refined, perhaps. So it's like a one step forward, or maybe two, from Infamia.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the evolution can be heard, especially in drums play. Michał has progressed like to another universe with his drumming. So the new album is definitely faster, more brutal, more of everything, actually.
In my experience in playing, the unorthodox time signatures usually affects the drummers the most. What was Michael's reaction to some of the 5/4 stuff that you were coming in with?
Just played them.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't have any problems with those time signatures.
So there are a couple of guests who make an appearance on this album. Do you want to say who shows up on the song Destroy the Priests?
Yeah, it's Peter from Vader and Moises from Christian. Moises plays guitar solo and Peter sings on the final part of the song.
Both Vader and Christian have been on this podcast in the past. How did they get involved with this recording? How did you guys reach out to them?
Michał was on tour with Vader, and Christian was the other band on that tour. They made friends, and Michał asked Moises if he would play the solo. He played it, and well, and here we are.
And Peter? Both you and Michael have played with Peter in the past.
He plays still with Vader. He's on tour in the US in this very moment. Um, until the last days, we weren't sure Peter would sing because they were quite busy in the time, and he laid the vocals while going on tour. I mean, it was a day before their tour. He recorded himself. They got drunk and and then they went and nowhere. Not sure, but somewhere.
Yeah, that's awesome. Did he do like a home recording on a laptop or something like that?
No,
No.
he drove all the way to Heinrich's house studio, the studio where we made the whole album.
Ah, okay, cool. Wow.
Yeah, the thing is that they were going on a plane in Warsaw, so it was, and Heinrich house is not far away from here, so they did it on his way to the airport, basically.
No lips to learn more.
So, as you mentioned, you recorded this at Heinrich House with Philip Haluka. Was this your first time working at Heinrich House? Your first time working with Philip?
For me, it was. For Jakub, it wasn't. So maybe you can tell a few words about your previous work with Philip.
Yeah, it was my first time in his studio, but it was the second time I worked with him because I recorded my previous band's last album, Nothing Plague. The album was Scorn the Idol, and it was Sound Division Studio in Warsaw. And Philip used to work there, but during that session, he didn't work there full time at the time. But he came to the studio to record us. I think we recorded everything on that album with him. No, sorry, the vocals were recorded with other producer Malta. But yeah, it was the second time for me.
What did you want Philip to bring to the sound? What did you want him to bring to the finished sound of the album?
He likes it raw.
He likes it raw?
Yeah, he likes the sound raw, but also recording with him isn't done like with microscope. For example, in the Hertz studio, it must be really tight. It always must be in tune. Philip has this more punky way of recording.
Okay.
Yeah, it's more organic, I would say.
Yeah.
The sound in general. So not quantized or something like that. So yeah, it's more raw, more organic.
Did you want Philip to capture more of a live sound?
Definitely.
Yeah. But also there's a lot of clarity on this recording, right? Like I feel like I can hear the drum performance really well.
Yeah, and drums were, if I remember correctly, they were recorded like 4 times each song and then chosen with the best parts.
I see. Okay.
But yeah, only 4 repetitions were played for each song. So it was quite live, yeah.
Did Philip handle everything until the master?
Yes.
Yes.
From scratch to the final product.
You mentioned that he's not so picky about quantizing the performances. How do you describe him as an engineer and as a producer? Do you feel like because he has a background in also playing metal that he's more open to different things?
Well, he played metal. We also play metal, so it's like the same genre. But in general, we got along very well, and the cooperation went really smooth. Well, he's a really patient sound engineer, and we're really happy with the outcome.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he's very patient, actually.
Well, I know some people who aren't that patient as he is. Excuse me.
He gets quite irritated quite quickly when the take isn't very very good.
Did you feel like he really pushed you on the performance side?
I mean, not really. I was prepared quite well to the session, which I didn't realize until the session began. Actually, I thought I didn't prepare even half that level I would want to, but it was so smooth that I didn't even get tired.
Okay.
It took me like 2.5 of a day.
Yeah, we had five days reserved for guitars, and Jakub made it in 2.5 days, so we could record bass in the same time slot, basically. So,
Lukasz, do you want to say anything about capturing your bass sound?
Well, we basically used my preamp, but a different bass guitar. I used a jazz bass, but not Fender. It's Nexus made. Nexus is a Polish luthier, and we found the sound we wanted quite fast. It was like maybe couple of minutes, maybe 15 or something. It wasn't a long search. And the recording went really well. 1.5 days, as far as I remember, for 8 songs.
So, do you guys have any plans for live dates or tours after the album is released? Maybe towards the end of the year or the beginning of next year?
We have a first gig scheduled on 7th of November, so the date of the release. It will be here in Warsaw at Voodoo Club. So if someone from around here is listening to the podcast, then feel free to come and see us live. And then we have, I guess, 2 or 3 dates for this year, Kuba?
Yes, 2 dates. Except Warsaw, it's Lublin the day after Warsaw, and 2 weeks later it's Austin. And then we have 3 shows booked on January, also in Poland.
So by the time people hear this episode, Vulgus Illustrata will be out through Black Lion Records. Lukasz and Jakub, please tell everyone how they can order the new album. What's the best way to get it?
I think the best way is on Bandcamp.
So I have to mention that you guys have your Bandcamp page, and Black Lion also has their own Bandcamp page. Will the album be available on both?
Yes. For Poland, we're setting our own sale of the album, and abroad is Black Lion's.
And do you want to say anything about the physical releases that Black Lion has planned for this?
Yes. The album is coming on CD and also on vinyl. The CD will be a digipack.
Okay.
The vinyl is single disc.
Okay. And how about merch? Is all your merch going through the Bandcamp page?
We're still designing it. It will be available on our shows and on the Bandcamp, but we'll post it on the net around the release.
And if people want to get updates on tours and live shows, what's the best way to follow you guys online?
Maybe
For the tour
Lukasz.
dates, it's the easiest way is to follow us on Facebook or Instagram. So we post all the tour dates there.
Is there anything else you guys want to say?
We would like to invite everyone to listen to our new album, our new songs, and to come to our gigs, to meet there and see the concerts.
Yeah, listen to our music, come to our shows, buy our merch, and enjoy.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.